Hi everyone, Brent Wessler with PIF Technologies. Wanted to do a quick IDP review on something I saw on LinkedIn. It's called FormX.ai. I've been in a kind of project to review as many IDP products, advanced capture, intelligent document processing. Want to see what's out there, what are people doing. Certainly, this open intelligence concept of embedding different hypervisor engines, whether it be PowerShift, AWS, Azure, Abby, whatever it is, into and being able to give the users your choice during setup. So, one of the things I liked about this was it was super easy, but it's very much a API SDK type of approach. A lot of the integrations are coming soon and not there yet, but the simplicity, and if you are a programmer, this is one of the better platforms to basically ingest, through REST calls, essentially document extraction and document classification. So one of the nice things I liked is once I created the team and I clicked on this new extraction, I just, by default, they have all of these. And as you might have seen from prior videos, I really focus on AP invoice as our standard use case, so it's fair across all the IDP reviews that I do. But you can note down here in the custom model extraction. So if you did want to do things outside of those typical models, you can do that. The interface is pretty simplistic. So one of the extractions I created here is AP invoice. Was super simple. This is what it is. So the nice part here was under settings. If you scroll down, you can specify the OCR engine, so Google, Azure, Tesseract. So I assume whatever the FormX default is probably Tesseract, which isn't a great engine. It's the free one that a lot of these solutions use. Tesseract's all right. It's going to be good for your typical zone-based approaches where a lot of white space. So what I did was I just tested it. I uploaded a file. Come in here, grab a document, and what did it extract? And it does a really good job. I mean, it's using Azure AI, so I expect it's going to function very similarly to the other applications that use that. And you can see here, by default, it extracts the relative information, but there's no ability to edit this information. And again, it is a test extractor. And you can download the data, you can re-upload, but in creating kind of some automation, what you need to do is you need to create this workspace. So I created a quick workspace called AP Invoice. And so you'll notice here under integration, so how do you get data in and how do you get data out or documents in the document? So as you can see here, all the input options, these are all coming soon. But theoretically, you can monitor SharePoint, Zapier, Gmail, Google Drive, and Dropbox. And then, unfortunately, the only export options are a webhook. And again, this is a SaaS solution, so theoretically that makes sense. But if you go to the API, you can see here how you execute a REST call directly to their API. You can see the different code samples here. So it is very much a programmatic, almost like an SDK. Clearly, they're coming out with some cool stuff. But when I uploaded a couple documents here manually, see that it does a pretty good job extracting that information and the tabular information. You can show it in full width. That's kind of a nice feature. But again, you can't really modify anything. And then if you look at the billing, one of the things I thought was pretty good is for $299 a month, full SaaS solution for 1,000 pages. That is very inexpensive. Certainly it's not something that you're going to be able. I mean, there's some. You can see here you have some rules you can build in and manage rules, but most of this seems to be around what fields you can extract. And then the nice thing here is with the key value pairs, you can come in here and do key value. And so, for instance, if I was in Azure Document Intelligence, so if I was over here, you'll notice there's this concept of key value pairs. which you enable here. If I wanted to get this shipped via, I could copy that into my field here and you say ship via, right? And so what would happen is this is the way that FormX seems to support key value pairs that don't get returned by the Azure Invoice Engine. Another thing I really like about FormX is you can create these custom models with these instant model capability. So I went into the extractor, I hit create new, and I use this custom model one. And when I went in, basically you just need to add the fields that you want, and you can see here like account number, is it a single line, multi-line, percentage, tabular. In this case, these are Bailey letters, so things like ABA and account number are actually key value pairs on the actual document. So when we went to the instant model here and I uploaded a sample image, you're going to see it automatically graded the ABA and the account number, and I didn't do any type of field mapping in any regard. I can correct the data, and by doing so, I can hand key that information, or I can use a standard model where you start to upload samples and then manually open it in the labeler application. Okay, so then I can draw a box around a particular area, and then I can tell it what it is, seller. And it's a great tool, and I'd like to thank Max, with FormX for sending me a quick login and helping me do this quick research. I will say they are based out of Hong Kong, so they are APAC region, so there's a little bit of a time difference for those people that are in the US. But nice little solution at a very reasonable price. Thank you. Like and subscribe for more.